And so I said, Kobe, step into my office, please.
What floor of the building do you want me in?
This seems like extraneous details that is going to cause this meeting to extend for an upsettingly long amount of time.
I will go to floor 70. All right.
Well, we're on the site. You're actually just outside of my office, so there's no need for you to change floors.
Okay.
It wasn't through the fucking PA system that he called you up.
Yeah, so, Joseph, I don't know why you're addressing the entire building over the PA system to get into our conversation. Do you have my office wiretapped? I have a lot of questions. Could you please also come to my office?
I can't stand up, though.
That word, yeah, I get it. You're not wearing pants. Right. This is quarantines. I get it. Yeah. Anyway, the reason I've convened this meeting is in regards to last week's meeting, in regards to the Young Crumbs debate. The debacle. Okay. That was the word I was going for. Yes. There's been a response. A volley fired, but it appears that they ignored our initial return volley, and then they've just kind of sent a second volley without any context. Mm-hmm. So my question is, what do you do to an enemy who gives thou no respect?
Well, after reviewing the tapes, they seem to have forfeited. I think we won. I think we won the first battle.
I think we did win. They conceded.
Well, we did win the first battle. They conceded. They apologized. But then they also told us to fuck off.
We are never going to apologize for anything.
And we're never going to apologize.
Not for except for things Joseph says, we aren't going to apologize for anything.
You know, as you're saying that, I was going to say something about like Japan not apologizing for.
Right, Joseph. Before we started this, welcome to the Slalt Cast. This is the Slalt Cast. Before we started recording this episode, I, your host Daniel, said to your co-host Joseph, do not bring up World War II. And he immediately did. I'm also joined by...
I'm Kobe.
He's Kobe. So basically, for those of you who did not listen to last week's episode, we're in a bit of a podcast feud with a podcast from a couple of our IRL friends called the Young Crumbs. We stole a bit from them, but...
Oh, okay, you say we. Daniel stole a bit from them.
As a group, the three of us... Caden and
you can't be communist sometimes and be capitalist other times.
Yes,
you can. It's called socialism.
That's not what socialism is.
That's not what it is.
That's what the right think it is. We mostly Kobe borrowed a bit from the Young Crumbs. And then they called us on it. They called us on it immediately. So on their podcast. And last week we gave our response. We did quite a long improv bit, which we teased that we were going to do it again, and we didn't. We've stopped already. Well, look at us go. This is progression.
Yep.
And so they made a response in their most recent podcast, but they didn't listen to our response. So what do we do?
Well, see, the thing is that there's a whistleblower. Because they have admitted to not listening to our podcast. So how did they find out? Oh, wait, no, it was the Instagram
story. Yeah, so for further context, they do a segment on their show where they do Subway ratings, like you rate your Subway order. I heard that. I was like, fuck, we're talking about pizzas. In the week that I heard that, I was like, fuck, we're talking about pizzas this week. We'll rate people's Domino's orders. And then like as stealing that, Kobe wants to steal their bit. And then I posted an Instagram story, which they saw to get these responses. And they saw that, they called us on it, but what they didn't know was that with the fact that we directly referenced that Kobe was borrowing their bit in that episode.
Daniel stole
Kobe fucking yoinked it right out from under them. So in their report, they stated, so that I messaged them, kind of clarifying the situation, just as an extension of goodwill, and there was definitely nothing, no acts of war in that message. But it turns out, so they responded to the message. They did not respond to what we said on the podcast, which was a lot more hurtful.
Yeah, it was a lot more. I also have a problem. Like a couple of weeks ago, we also talked about the Young Crumbs and the relationship that Michael of the Young Crumbs and I have, which is no relationship at all. And
you've recognized him a couple times, and he has no idea who you are. That's the relationship.
Yeah, and then on the most recent Young Crumbs podcast, he has said he's met all of us, and we're all nice dudes. The only interaction, I think, the only speaking interaction we've ever had.
He probably just doesn't know you're even on the podcast.
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
He's talking about me, Dugan, and Dan.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I think he listened to episode 0, so it's me, Caden. Oh no, you were in episode 0.
No, I'm in that.
Oh no.
So
he just doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, so I'm kind of bummed at that they don't listen to the podcast, but we all listen to theirs. Not anymore though. Not after 2 weeks ago.
So do we tell them to listen to the start of this week's and last week's episode? Or do we keep slandering them and then playing the part of the nice guy? Because on their most recent episode, they said we're all nice people, and then they asked for by name. They asked for my Subway order to review.
Okay, well, I see again.
They said don't send us that Kobe Fox Subway order. Give us Dan's. He's obviously the brains of the operation.
Problem. They only know of you in the podcast.
I've spoken to Michael about the podcasting directly. So
yeah.
That's the only reason.
They also offered up their Domino's orders to roast, actually. So we can roast them about that. Sean gets so the two hosts of the Young Crumbs are Sean and Michael. Sean gets a peri peri chicken pizza.
I can't roast that.
They didn't elaborate on bases and stuff, but he is the better one because Michael gets a supreme, not immediately egregious, with avocado.
Oh,
what the fuck? Why is that an option?
That's look. That's almost offensively. Terrible.
See, I like a good where I used to work, which isn't Domino's. What I used to get was like a small pizza with chicken, avocado, mushroom, and onion on it.
Oh, so you're a heathen. Yuck. What the fuck?
So it was not because it wasn't like I didn't view it as pizza. It was kind of just like
bread.
None of those pizzas are pizzas.
Okay, here we go.
No, but if you said that one,
all right, Joseph. If I can't call it a milkshake, you can't. You have to call these a pizzas. If you're going to be like that, you can't be stubborn with both. Anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, no, I don't know why you'd get avo on top of a supreme.
I don't know why you get avo on a pizza. I feel like it doesn't complement any of those flavors.
Yeah,
and like the texture on the pizza would not sit well with me. Also, how do you disperse the avo? Is it a smearing? Is it chunks of avo?
That's what I mean. On a surprise, like
there's too many variables.
How I would get it, it would be like sliced avocado. But is he getting
something
it like?
Something I would rate is if you got a smaller pizza and it was just like white sauce cheese and avo, and it was like a smashed avo type thing, and like some salt and pepper, that might be acceptable if avo was the core only ingredient.
But that would only work on a really sort of thin base.
Yes,
I don't think it would work on
avo on toast with a pizza base.
Yeah. That would work really nice if you did it like an actual pizza, like a wood fire and stuff. I don't think that would work if you did it in fucking Domino's oven on those bases. That'd be so terrible.
Look, all I'm saying is I don't think we can trust the Young Crumbs anymore because of their avo on pizza stance. The fact that Sean was not I had some respect for him when he came out the gate with the peri peri, and then that was immediately lost by him not being repulsed by avocado on pizza.
Especially Domino's avocado. Right.
Yeah, I don't fucking. Have you had Subway avocado? I can't imagine Domino's avocado is any better, and the Subway avo is not good.
Yeah. So are we gonna say on the podcast our Subway orders, Dan?
We can offer up our Subway orders. So if you guys want to, I'll pull up exactly what I messaged, and then if they listen to this, they can rate all of them, or they can only rate mine. Because I TM'd.
Because they probably won't. They probably won't.
So my order. This is what I sent to them. I said I get a foot-long meatball sub on Italian herb and cheese. Get that toasted, cheddar, capsicum, jalapenos, lettuce, olives, onion, and pickles. That's what I go for.
Oh, what the fuck, cunt?
What's the? Is it the pickles?
What the pickles?
Pickles are great.
Yes,
they complement any sandwich. They complement any sandwich.
They literally complement any sandwich. What sauce did you get? Sorry, Dan.
No sauce. Just because I figured it's a meatball sub, so it's in the bolognese sauce.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to be chucking fucking ranch on top of that, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
It lubes the bread enough.
Yeah, I get it. I get a chicken sometimes I get a veggie patty, but more often I get a chicken schnitzel, cheddar cheese.
What bread?
Sometimes on Italian herb and cheese. Footlong, yeah. Nice. Sometimes I double up on the cheddar cheese if I'm feeling frisky.
Sometimes I go cheddar and Old English if I'm feeling spicy.
Well, Old English is the only one to get.
The cheddar's pretty pog.
Actually, they don't have Old English anymore.
Yeah, they do.
No, they do.
Is it? What did they cancel?
I had Subway the other day.
They cancelled Jared Fogle.
No, he cancelled himself. Let's be honest there.
So, and then I get all after I get it toasted because I'm not a heathen.
Especially if you're getting schnitzel, because this is what they talk about on their podcast. The schnitzel's cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so it's not going to get warmed unless you toast it.
Yeah, it's a disappointing schnitzel though. Like
it's
if you go to,
that's why.
I wouldn't expect anything from it though.
But it's like it's chicken, and it's still chicken.
Not good. Subway the steak, any of the steak-based sandwiches.
Yeah, no,
it's the most tasteless meat you've ever seen in your life.
And then I get all salads except for olives, and then I get honey mustard.
That's a solid sub. See, I think. Like I would go on the meatballs. I do get other subs other than the meatball, but the meatball's my go-to, and I do the same. I get all the salads, but if you're putting like spinach on the meatball, it just wilts immediately.
Yeah,
and then like carrot kind of clashes with the taste of like the sauce. So that's why I kind of keep off those.
Well, see, Dan, I have COVID, so I can't taste anything.
So I have COVID because we made out the other day.
Yeah, that did.
Joseph, what's your Subway order?
Mine is it's meatball sub, Italian herbs and cheese. Not an idiot, obviously. Then what I do, sometimes I'll have lettuce, but most of the time, I would say 50-50 lettuce or not. But I'll do red onion, so put the onion on it. And I do extra onion.
I say onion on mine because I absolutely do get onion on there. I did say onion.
Yeah, you got to have onion with meatball, like the meatball stuff. And then what I do as well, I do I think Old English and toasted, and then salt and pepper.
Yeah,
not a
overly complicated.
Overly complicated.
Yeah,
but it does the job.
See, like Subway, the meatball sub, while iconic, I think. Is
disgusting, yes.
Yeah, but also like it's like a fallacy that they've got the bread that they do and then they put meatballs in it. I think it's like just the most backwards. Why don't you just anyway?
Lateral thinking.
Yeah, so, for those of you who don't know, this is the Slalt Cast. We're a podcast. We release on audio, on video, on YouTube. We don't have any URLs. Search up Slalt Cast. But we also do this podcast live on Twitch, where you can interact with us as the show happens. And Hash Bacon in the live chat says he liked the honey oat bread, but they got rid of it.
I remember that.
I never tried the honey oat bread, but I didn't realize they got rid of it. It also doesn't like honey oat with this more of some of the more savory sandwiches doesn't really appeal to me.
Yeah, it's quite sweet.
See, I never used to go to Subway before I started working at my current work.
I started eating it more often. Like it's not one of the fast foods that I go to a lot.
Well, there's not that many in Australia that like
when I was at a job which was right by a Subway though.
Yeah.
Well, I used to eat it at work.
It's good too because you don't feel guilty afterward because it's just a sandwich.
But it's a very big sandwich.
It's a very big sandwich.
And it's also like the healthiness of the ingredients when you fucking cover it in sauce.
Yeah. But also, it's not as bad as getting like a Zinger box, although they do.
You do feel like a terrible person after you
feel like shit.
A Zinger, yeah, I was going to say, like that wipes you out for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can feel the arteries clogged, but it's a good clog.
Now, Hash Bacon, once again, he says in the chat that the Subway cookie is the second favorite cookie to mash in his face. Subway cookies are god tier. I don't know. Yeah. You're going to have to write in again and say what your favorite cookie is, but the Subway cookies are fucking god tier.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah. And to be honest, I'll fight anyone that says against that.
What do you get? What's your cookie? I personally love the choc chip, but also double choc.
I'm a choc chip. Yeah. I'm a choc chip guy, especially you've not had love until you've had those Subway cookies straight out of the oven when they're still like the butter hasn't hardened.
Sometimes when I have an early class at uni, I'd go like on campus because there's one on campus, and they'd pull out their things at like 8:30, and that'd be when I'd get there for a 9 o'clock class, and I just like.
See, the magic ingredient is that Subway like cookies always kind of stay soft. They never like crispen.
No, that's because that's not a secret. That's just how they cook them.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've had some tough cookies in my day, and I dislike it. Anyway, I think we should cap this off by saying if you've got any Subway orders, you should send them in to us. And we'll review them.
From now on we do Subway. Kobe, I dare you to make a post right now on the Instagram saying Subway reviews,
Oh,
and then like take a photo, make the photo like the podcast thing, so that they know it's happening. But
I will do it right now.
Okay, that's good. Everyone, get on the Instagram.com/Slalt Cast, and send us your Subway reviews.
Yes,
Subway's
send us
orders
your
to
Subway
review.
reviews.
God, we're assholes.
Yeah. All right.
It's friendly banter. No one's getting hurt in it.
Continue with the topic, so I can do Subway reviews.
I was just like Subway cookies, just off chops.
Did you guys see Zoomcat?
What?
Who?
Zoomcat. Did you guys not see Zoomcat?
No.
Okay,
I've been working.
Okay.
I haven't been on the internet.
This is like the pinnacle of quarantine, like boomer comedy. I'm gonna send you guys the link so you can hear the audio, because I don't yet have the technology. I could have the technology. No, I'm not gonna do it in the middle of the live podcast, but I'm gonna send you a link, and then we're all gonna click play at the same time, so that we're all hear it together. Are you guys ready? And the kids will also be able to hear it.
Hold on, wait. Can you repeat that?
I'm gonna tell play you at the same time, and just so we can have some live reactions to Zoomcat.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, hold on.
Right.
Momento, por
So
favor.
the basic premise. Try not to read anything, but the basic premise is like obviously in the States, a lot of court hearings are having to be done digitally because of the nature of quarantine.
Yeah, I've seen this.
And there's obviously older people and tech issues. So I'm gonna count us down. 3, 2, 1, and play.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to.
We're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. It's not that I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
Look at the guy that's on his slide.
If you click the up arrow next to this.
Very funny.
I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat. The thing that gets it for me is right at the start. He goes, "Oh." Just like the panic in his voice. It's exactly what you feel, and like the way the eyes are darting all over the place.
Oh, it's so
for audio
funny.
listeners, basically this old bloke has like a cat filter on his Zoom, and he is not able to turn it off. Very funny stuff. So that was like the happy news of the week, I guess.
What was the bad news?
I don't know. Well, it's 2021. Something probably. I didn't
China
get impeached.
Yeah,
he did that.
And China still exists.
Wow.
Okay, no, you say Chinese government.
Chinese government.
I was going to say, I'm going back on the thing I said before about not apologizing. We also apologize for Kobe now.
Yeah. Also, the story is up. If you're in the live audience, you can go to Instagram.com/Slalt Cast.
Can we at the Young Crumbs?
No, just let them see it.
Yeah, let them see it naturally. You can send in your Subway orders for us to review.
Okay, we'll be sure to keep eyes on that throughout the week. But did anything happen to you guys this week? Or last week, perhaps? Not last weekend, but anything happened to you last week?
Well, on Friday night.
Yeah, so last week, not the weekend.
Well, I don't know why you're bringing attention to it. But Friday night, I had a gig.
Wow.
At a gig-a-rooney.
When you say you had a gig, who had a gig?
Southbound, my band.
Wow.
Our band.
Is it communist now?
Well,
what do you feel about Kaysan?
I was getting to that. I was going to let him tell the pause on the.
I don't really want to talk about. I don't want to talk about band business.
I want to weaponize the chat against. Okay, we're doing it now. Kobe's refusing. One of his fellow band members suggested that they play Kaysan at an upcoming gig, and Kobe flat out refused, spat in his face, and then came to us to laugh about it. What a crap suggestion it was. Only to be met with us saying that's actually a sick suggestion. We reckon Kaysan would be pretty poggers. So what I want you to do right now, if you're in the audience, is go to @Southbound Band on Instagram, send them a message, and say, play Kaysan! And then they'll do it.
So for context, if you don't know what it is, so the gig was great on Friday. Dan took some pretty shitty photos, but the gig was great.
The lighting was not suitable.
The lighting was pretty bad.
It was awful.
but also Dan, first time photographing, so
I did what I could. Did you see some of the photos came out pretty good? I think
some of the photos did come out pretty good.
I definitely had some new Tinder pics for you, but I think you replied to one just saying chin.
Chin, yeah, because see here, see how my lack of chin and I've got dimples. See how the curve goes down to this gullet here. It's not a good look.
Gullet.
Yeah.
I love how you're just describing chins.
Hang on.
Well, yeah, but it's like see.
This is the photo.
That's the photo. See how it makes me look. It's on the stream. See how it makes me look fatter than I actually am, and it's upsetting.
There was another one that was really good.
That is a pog photo.
Just do a bit of editing. Get a bit of editing in there.
No, I don't want to edit. No,
I could do it for you. I can get the look right tool. I can give you huge tits.
Oh. So last night when I was streaming, I brought up that one of my bandmates, Dylan, the guitarist, and also the sex appeal. Second sex appeal. Boma takes that spot. Sorry, Dylan. But he brought up the fact that at a show that we're headlining later in March, he wants to play K-San. And I said, I don't like that song. Because I don't like that song. And K-San is by Cold Chisel or Jimmy Barnes?
Cold Chisel.
Did he say that? Did you
mean that? Well, no,
because
Jimmy Barnes has his solo stuff, and Cold Chisel.
Yeah, okay.
And Cold Chisel is the band. So Jimmy Barnes is a very, very famous Australian singer.
Yes, like Rob Thomas.
in a band called
it's
Cold
called
Chisel.
Matchbox 20.
Okay.
You know the last thing I have to say.
And K-San is probably their most popular song.
Yeah.
Maybe Working Class Man is a bit more popular.
I'd say K-San
it's their most renowned song, I'd say. Because it's pretty
isn't Working Class Man Jimmy Barnes and not Cold Chisel?
Oh yeah, you're probably right there. You're probably right. Yeah. So Cold Chisel.
And obviously everyone knows Working Class Man better from the Shannon Knoll cover. Come on, guys.
All right.
You just offended about everyone over 60.
It was a joke, guys.
So I don't like Cold Chisel. I've never been a fan of their music.
Toby also hates Australia.
Yeah, that's like the weirdest take that I've heard anyone have.
I cannot like things.
It's just pub music. It's perfect. You get a bunch of drunk men and they sing songs about a war they didn't go to. Like, what is better?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But I'm just like, I don't like that song. All right? That's all I said. I don't like K-San. I don't like Cold Chisel. I'm not saying that they make bad music. I just don't like that song. And then you guys took such offense to it. And then Dan said, that is literally your style of music. And I went, that is insulting. It's not. It's very different. I think
I was misrepresented when I said that by myself. What I meant is, that song in your style would be good. That it didn't come across.
They're just playing a cover.
No, because obviously they don't have the obviously it is
the gravitas.
They would put their own spin on it based on the instrument, the skills, and the players they have, and it would sound different. It would sound a bit more funky.
Yeah, I would like to cover a song that is not our style, and that would
Everybody Rules the World, but cover the Weezer version of the cover of the original.
I know that song has been covered too many times.
Cover Africa by Toto by Weezer. Just work your way down the Teal album.
Yeah, no, I don't. I also don't like Weezer. Can you believe it?
Why?
I don't like Weezer.
It's like the most inoffensive music.
I'm not saying they make bad songs, which they do. They've made plenty of bad songs. I just personally.
Are you telling me Island in the Sun is hap hap not a good lyric, Kobe? Is that what you're trying to say to me right now?
They've made plenty of bad songs, but I just don't like.
Fucking hate.
I don't like
society,
on the whole. You're right. Society is bad.
We live in a society.
Did you guys see that Snyder Cut trailer?
Yeah, no, we'll talk about it after.
Well, I mean, just natural flow of conversation. They literally had the Joker say, "We live in a society." Like, fucking excuse me.
I thought the movie The Joker, when he went on that massive rant before he shot Murray in the head.
Murray.
Like, when you cross a mentally ill loner with a society who treats him like shit, and then he shoots him right.
Wow, it's scary that you remember that, because like you should, of all people,
that's
like
not
you should.
Word, is it?
It sounded pretty close.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's like exactly the same.
Yeah,
which
probably.
Is scary.
I mean, it was a meme. I'm not.
Yeah, like you just chose to live your life by it.
But for Zack Snyder to think that the Joker literally saying, "We live in a society. We live in a society, Lois."
Okay.
I don't know. Peter Griffin was the Joker.
Yeah, my Peter Griffin and Joker are similar. Is pretty whack.
So Ray Fisher's still in the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Because I guess because Joss Whedon doesn't have anything to do with it anymore.
I don't know.
So
I think it must be.
Is
all
Joss Whedon
things
cancelled now?
I don't think he's cancelled.
Is he cancelled now? Sorry.
I don't think he is.
I think he should be.
Well, no. Okay, sorry, I don't rephrase that. Like, I don't think he is because not enough people give a fuck about it. If that was Marvel, would be more people caring.
Yeah. So there was a lot of like there's like Ray Fisher has said, and a lot of people from the cast of Justice League have said that like just on set he was just fucking screaming at people and just like insulting them and just being extremely disrespectful. And then he's also like an old white dude, so he has his prejudices that don't fly in today's society, and apparently Ray Fisher was getting a very hard time of it. This is all allegations and rumors and just things that they've said.
Or was he like racist?
So I don't know. I'm reading an article now and it doesn't
like
say anything, but definitely on Twitter it was like they're suppressing black voices.
Like subliminal racism, like like you can obviously see that. Say Ray's getting treated a lot worse than Ben.
This kind of culminated in that Ray Fisher got fired from the role of Cyborg in Flash. I don't know, in an upcoming.
No, he didn't get fired, but they just. I think he stepped away. Yeah,
did he? Well, power to him then. Because that's shit. Hollywood's shit, man.
Hollywood is not a good place.
Yeah, entertainment is fucked. Just like K-San.
How did the gig go?
Sorry, your mic cut out.
How did the gig go?
Oh, yeah, it was good. We played a new song. Everybody seemed to enjoy it.
It was a very good song. What was the name of the song?
It's called Believe.
What's it about?
It's about a bridge that connects.
It's about a bridge that you fucking hate.
Yeah, I fucking hate that bridge, man. Fucking hate that bridge. No.
So for context, the song might not be about a bridge, it might be about a woman that Kobe didn't date. And he might have made an on-the-fly lyrical adjustment because that person was in the crowd.
Okay, yeah. So I wrote a song back in 2018. No, 2019. Which was about a friend that I used to have, and it was like just a real big fuck you song. We played it once, and I taught the guys it like 10 minutes before we went on stage for a show. I really liked that song, but then it was like clear that the band didn't like. Jeremy, our drummer, Bomer, our bassist, didn't like it, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. We'll just never play the song again. And then I was messing around one night, and I made this riff, and I wrote some lyrics to it, which is like the outro of the song now, and I'm like, damn, where can this go? And then anyway, I wrote this song, and it slowly kind of became about the thought of like just kind of missing out, or like, finding out. Hypothetically, this didn't happen at all, but like just finding out that the girl that you liked was dating one of your mates without telling anybody.
Hypothetically speaking,
that would never happen.
That never happened.
No ties to anything.
No ties. Yeah, exactly. And this is a relatively old song, but we've just debuted it in its final form, almost.
That was really good. It was real fucking good. I like the bit where you change the bit where you say "I love you" to say "I hate you," and then you looked at the person it was about.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
We spoke about this a bit in the pre-show, but
the pre-show that happens live, twitch.tv/Slalt Cast every Wednesday.
Yes, the plug. And then So like the pre-chorus is kind of, it switches up. It's like talking from my perspective and how like I'm meant to in my head, like I've constructed, or like in this person's head, because it's not about me.
It's about you, mate.
It's a hypothetical situation. In that person's head, they've set up the scenario, and it's and it's meant to be. This was edgy Kobe. This was edgy 2019 Kobe, or 2020 Kobe.
It wouldn't have been 2020 because it would have been. Oh, were you writing it in 2020 about?
Yeah, it was like
events.
Late 2019, early 2020. See, the meme. Don't have to get into explaining the lyric. It's kind of cringe. But like the thing about my writing, especially, is that like I have to write from a place of like things that have directly happened to me. Except this one situation, it definitely did.
That happened to his mate.
It happened to my mate. But I always don't want to like draw upon like it from a very literal sense. I like to talk about the concept in general. So like, for example, Patient Zero is about another person, and it's not about them. It's just about the feeling of that situation. It's not about the situation at all. Which you can listen to on Bandcamp. Fuck it. So, but this one is like one of the more literal ones. And yeah, I last minute thought it'd be really embarrassing if I kind of admitted at one point, to a crowd of people that I liked someone. So I just changed the lyric to hate.
Which was a questionable choice, but it was a great song and it got a fucking pop from the crowd. You guys did really well. That was like the best I've ever seen from you guys live.
Thank you.
And if you guys wanted to catch Southbound live, you can get tickets for their next gig at the Factory Theatre on the 28th of February. That's a Sunday. On Instagram.com/south_bound_band. So if you're in Sydney on that day, come. It's going to be a fucking excellent time.
Going to be a great
night.
We've
gotten our first couple bites at our little Subway poll, so we're going to do a quick intermission Subway review. The first one comes from the Twitch chat. Hash Bacon, Lawrence, #1 contributor. His Subway order is Italian herbs and spices. I imagine he means Italian herb and cheese. Meatball, Swiss cheese, lettuce, tomato, olive, onions, chili sauce, pepper, toasted. So the chili sauce on there, that's actually not something I'd considered. And that
depends on the type of chili sauce, though.
Well, like you want Subway chili,
I don't know what that is. I was gonna but if it's like a sort of sauce that can sort of like meld its way into a tomato sauce.
I think all of the sauces that they offer, it probably has the best chance.
Okay. Yep.
Honey mustard is pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, but it won't go well with like the pasta sauce.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, is it more like a peri sauce, or is it like chili?
I think it's like a chili sauce.
Okay.
It's like a hot. You know how they use like a sweet chili sauce and then there's a hot chili sauce. It's like a hot chili sauce.
Yeah.
Type deal. Anyway, it's like a Tabasco but thicker but not as hot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Type deal. And then the other one we have is someone has bitten on the Instagram poll. Fish_dirty_chai_penrose. Friend of the show, has been on an episode. His order is a pizza sub, double meat with jalapenos, onions, and pepper, obviously on Italian herbs. Now, the pizza sub was an old classic.
Isn't it like salami, ham?
Just the meats you'd find on a pizza. Yeah, it's just sandwich meats, basically. And then the double meat is a strong choice.
Yeah.
And he didn't list any sauces, though. That's a very dry sandwich.
Have you seen a double meat chicken schnitzel thing?
I have seen a double meat chicken schnitzel sandwich. That's a lot of meat, isn't it,
Kobe?
Do you reckon it'd be illegal to get triple meat in a schnitzel sandwich?
Maybe, mate. I think, mate.
Guys, if anyone from our audience works at Subway, can you let us know if they have triple meat?
Oh, man. It's great. Networking 101. Poll's still up.
Head over to our Instagram to do it. Even if this has happened, just DM us your Subway orders. We'll review them in future episodes.
Yeah, we'll try and do one an episode.
Now, boys, it's come to my attention that we have a fan page that I didn't know about.
Wait, what?
Yes, we do.
So there's an Instagram account called Slalt Casting. The profile picture is it's the Slalt logo on a familiar looking black couch.
I don't know what kind of cat. I don't know where.
Wait,
it's a casting couch, Kobe. And they back in August of I think it's August of 2020. They posted a handful of memes about us, and none of us knew about it.
None of us knew about it. It came to my attention maybe last week. Actually, yes, last week.
Last week.
No idea where it came from. I checked. It was like August, and I went,
Slalt
that's
Casting?
weird.
So it's kind of been a mission for me to figure out who the page was. So when I stumbled upon it, it had 2 followers and 0 following. And its 2 followers were Caden's girlfriend and Caden's bandmate Zane. So I presumed my initial guess was that the person, the perpetrator, was Zane. Who's been on the show a couple episodes ago. Go listen to the Verum episode of the podcast and go listen to their music. Scar's out now.
Who's Techno Daisy?
She's a fan of ours. She's been in our Twitch chat.
She's following the.
I imagine it's so. I found it when I searched up Slalt Cast on an Instagram account to find a post, and Slalt Casting came up as like a recommended search. I was like, hang on, so I followed it, which I imagine put it on people I follow as like recommended. Yeah. And more people have found it, but who? So Caden, I was talking to Caden. He thinks it's Lawrence. Do you guys have any guesses on who it might be? Because I have no idea.
I think it might be Dugan.
No, Dugan's not.
So the bio of the page was, "This isn't Dugan, winky face."
Mm.
Yeah, and I don't think Dugan would ever actually write that.
Style humor, like
yeah.
But see, it could be Dugan in collaboration with.
I think
you got to
Dugan
remember this is August.
Much.
Dugan cares a lot. He just doesn't show it.
He's too busy
I had
making
some
money.
collaboration. I've messaged this person because I think they saw the influx of followers they were getting, and they DM'd me and they were like, "Do I have to?" Or I think they put up a story, saying, "Do I have to make? Do I start have to make content again?" And I just popped up and simply said yes, and then they said, "Understandable. I'll crack out the iPad."
Oh, iPad.
Okay, so who still uses an iPad?
Well, definitely not Dugan.
Definitely not Dugan. He can't even work.
My money is still on Lawrence. Lawrence, I know you're in the Twitch chat right now. If it is you, feel free to confess, or feel free to keep the mystery alive.
You are now.
But you are suspect number 1, if not Zane.
If not Zane. Well, see, here's my theory. All right. Here's my theory. It's not Lawrence because the account, the memes on there are not Lawrence tier memes. They've been made in Instagram. So it's definitely not Lawrence.
Lawrence is definitely Snapchat tier.
Yeah, Snapchat tier. He's a king.
I just think it's hilarious that we're big enough. We're just so unbelievably famous that we have a fan community that we didn't know about.
Yeah. And see, if it was Lawrence, why wouldn't he just post memes on Wheel Cringe? Wouldn't he encompass the Slalt Cast family into the Wheel Cringe family?
Because there is overlap. There is definitely overlap.
There is like it's almost a circle, the Venn diagram, you could say. Almost.
I just want it to be known by the audience that I am gonna let this go to my head. I am definitely going to be more of a douche now that I have fans. Photos, $10 a pop, not on Tuesdays.
Why not Tuesdays?
Today gets waxed.
Yep.
Why don't you just get laser?
I might. On my back?
Look, that's the one thing, like, if I ever get, like, my back gets as hairy, I think that's the one thing I will laser. I don't think anything else I will bother with. But I think my back.
I wish I could get my.
Yeah. How does it feel? How does it feel to be hairy boys?
I mean, it's pretty cool. Good. I have like a cool beard.
I just got hairy legs. I didn't get the beard yet.
Kobe went into a tunnel.
Went into a cave. So I have a topic.
You have a topic?
He's got a topic, guys.
I've got a topic.
He also has a really good segue to it.
going vegan. Yes or no?
Would you believe me if I said the words, I have considered it? I've briefly thought about it. Obviously has not happened. I get a meatball sub. But I had Guzmani Gomez nachos for lunch today.
So I've been shopping recently, and by recently I mean like 2 weeks ago. And Woolies now have a plant-based section.
They do.
And I've had plant-based things in the past, and I very much enjoy them. So I'm thinking of going on a plant-based, like 80% vegan diet.
Kobe, do you have any opinions on the doors at the Austin airport? Because if we tick that box, we've become the Rooster Teeth podcast.
I've never been to the Austin airport.
Either.
Austin,
Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
So I still
so
really.
What's your motivation behind why would you be doing it? Because I have the one reason that I would consider it, and why you're thinking first.
I've been every time I've been consuming a lot of fast food in the past 6 months, which is not good. But every time I go to a fast food place that has a
meat substitute,
or like a vegan meal, I'll often get that. And then it's kind of encroached on going to pubs, or like not a pub, like going to a hotel. What are they called?
Like a bistro, I guess you could call it like dining.
Yeah, club. That's a better word, club.
Just a bistro might be the word you're looking for.
That too.
Get a feed is also a word.
If there's a vegan option and it looks appetizing, I'll often go for that.
See, I like milk too much to go full vegan. Milk and cheese.
See, that's what I mean. I also
plant-based would be the angle that I'd take.
I also have been recommended to drink more milkies, but
milk is great. I fucking love milk.
Milk is so fucking great, but that's why I'm considering like filling 80% of my diet now plant-based.
So have you tried any of like the Impossible Burger or like Beyond? I don't know what the alternatives in Australia are, and if they're any good. Have you tried any of these meat substitutes?
So I've had from fast food. Hungry Jack's have the Rebel Whopper. I've had that. It's very delicious. I've gone to Lord of the Fries, which is a small chain.
It's fucking amazing though.
It's fucking great. It is fantastic. I've had that. I love it. I wish there was more. What did your brother say, Dan? I feel
Stream
like
didn't hear it, and I was hoping you didn't call attention to it, but you did.
I did hear it.
Anyway.
Yeah. And then I got bolognese. I got plant-based bolognese meat and had that. And it was pretty good. It was really good. And there was something else that I've had, and I forget what it was. Stream heard it. Lawrence says, "Unlucky Dan."
I think they said you heard something else. I started playing a video. So the reason that I've considered going plant-based in the past, considered it, haven't done it, is because of this Mark Rober video here called "Feeding Bill Gates a Fake Burger to Save the World." So I don't. This sounds shitty, but the animal rights part of the debate doesn't really. I don't really care about that part that much, to be perfectly honest. Like, farming is farming. It's like part of survival. It is what it is. But what this video highlights is the environmental impact and like the by eating meat, like how much your carbon footprint skyrockets. And then when you compare it to like these meat-based substitute, like these plant-based meat substitutes, which I've never tried any, but apparently are getting like real close to being meat these days. Like the environmental impact of just not eating meat is like fucking extreme. And like if a high enough percentage of the population goes plant-based, like it'll go like a long way to not like to reducing the effects of climate change.
Well, so here's what I've done in my very limited research is that like a plant-based burger or like one of those fake burgers are pretty like spot on because there's
still a burger. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a fake burger.
That's character development from you, Joseph. I expected you to be more adamantly against this than you have been.
Yeah.
No, I've got no issue with not eating meat. Like I personally could never do it, but
well, if these substitutes became good enough, Joseph, could you? If you
Look,
could get
you're never going to get anywhere.
T-bone,
You're never ever going to get anywhere close to real meat.
I feel like that's not true though.
Like you just have the meat on the bar. Look, I don't even eat that much. Like that's not even eat. I don't even eat
But
meat
like,
that
so if
much.
there was like a plant-based like like beef mince that was good enough, and then you put it in a pasta sauce, you make a bolognese with it, and then it's close enough to meat, and then the bolognese sauce masks it enough. Would that be something you'd consider?
But at that point, I just wouldn't make a bolognese sort of thing. I would just make like an eggplant sauce sort of thing.
That's true.
If the
government tomorrow was like, cows are this is a different question now. I mean, that's just would you try beyond me? Anyway, but yeah, so like dairy farming and like beef and farming and all that is terrible for the environment, and that's why I've considered it in the past. But I do like meat too much.
Meat is still great, and also cheese. Cheese is fucking sick.
I don't think I could. If I was gonna do it, it'd be gradual. Yeah. And I'd have to go plant-based.
And vegan cheese is just it's not that great
because it's not cheese.
Yeah, it is not cheese. But
yeah, it's literally not cheese.
You brought up like the animal cruelty aspect. I think I'm like 50-50. I feel no shame in eating meat because of the animal cruelty. Although I don't like how animals are treated in farms, in farms that they are.
McDonald's announced fairly recently, maybe as much as like today, that they're only sourcing their chicken from RSPCA approved farms. So that's a cool thing.
But even then, you can eat
nuggies.
So even the RSPCA is not the like they don't have
yeah,
they don't have the fastest rule. Like they play pretty fast and loose with the rules.
Yeah, like I've wanted to ask somebody this question, and I wanted to ask somebody at TAFE that we went to TAFE with. I think I did, but I don't think I got the answer, or I just didn't end up asking it. Was like, at what point does like the vegan aspect kind of like deteriorate in terms of animal cruelty? For example, if you had chickens, would you be open to eating eggs because the eggs that we eat are just not fertilized? Like that, there's no.
So what's your point? Like, are you saying like if you had keeping chickens, like had their own chickens, and they knew that it wasn't,
yeah,
they weren't
right,
being put in like cages.
Yeah, that.
Knowing everyone that's a vegan, they still probably would be annoying about it.
Well, that's like people come at it for so many different reasons. Like, there's people who do it as a health choice, which I don't think that it
does. It's just because you're not digesting meat, which
towards plant-based if you're not eating like processed sugars and stuff. But like, just you can still be unhealthy and be vegan. Saying it as the fat man I am.
Oreos are vegan.
Exactly. That's like Oreos are vegan. That's a great example. There's vegan ice cream. It's still not good for you. Yeah. There's the cruelty and the environmental aspects. I'd say the three biggest aspects. Jero GG in the chat has said that he recently tried a Beyond Meat spaghetti and meatballs, and holy fuck, it was good. So there you go. There's a fucking testimony from someone who's tried it. It's definitely something I'd like to try more in the future, but I also am lazy.
Yeah,
I just rather than have the meat substitutes, I'll just rather have
something else.
So yeah,
but like, so would you give up meat for the rest of your life though? Like, if it came down to it, like no, like if it was like a realistic thing, like okay, if I give up meat, I'm gonna make like some kind of sizable impact and change, and it was like weighing on your conscience, could you go to like slightly less than meat and save the planet?
Yeah, like I could definitely, like if I had to, I would not eat meat. Like, wait, does chicken count? Are we counting chicken as meat, or are we just saying like red meat? Are we just counting red meat? Damn it, I thought I could have looped.
I was going to say, do they have Impossible Chicken? Because a lot of like
there's Impossible Chicken.
A lot of the, from what I understand, the research into like fake meat is red meat stuff, and that they use like hemoglobin, but not from blood, like lab produced heme. You can get it from other things. I'm not smart enough. I can't remember the Mark Webb video. They use that to like, they put that in their Impossible thing, and that's what kind of gives it the meat characteristics.
I know that Lord of the Fries has chicken options. I think it's just soy though with chicken flavoring. If I'm probably talking.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
But
okay, here I'm going to pose a Slalt Cast challenge to the three of us on the Slalt Cast. Okay. In the next fortnight, we each have to eat one meat substitute meal of some kind, and then we'll reconvene in 2 podcasts' time to discuss this. How does this sound?
Why not next week?
Because I'm not going to set myself that time frame because I've got a busy 7 days.
That is true.
And KFC always looks good after drinking, so
it does.
I'm not going to trust myself. But no, we're not going vegan. We're just eating.
No, we're just going to try one.
I misread the question.
We're going to try one meat substitute meal in the next 2 weeks.
If I may give you a suggestion, don't make a bolognese with the meat because you can tell the difference there.
So have you tried that, Kobe?
That was one of the dishes I had, and then we turned the rest of the mince into burger patties, and there was basically no difference. But that could also
that
just
is like one common use case that they show for these meat substitutes is like, you could make a burger. I think if you're expecting to sit down and eat a Beyond T-bone,
because
you're gonna be fucking rudely shocked.
The thing is that like while it's good, I thought the bolognese was good, you'd probably spit it out and say this is worse than Caden's bolognese that we had.
I don't know if that's possible. I didn't try it.
That was pretty bad. Oh my god.
But also, like, it's just that thing that you kind of have to accept if you're going to try and be better about, like, how things are done in the world. So, like, not to shame anybody that isn't, looking after their carbon footprint and how things are done, the status quo,
we hate you.
But fuck me, dude. Just be better. Be better. Be better to each other. Except to Joseph. That guy's a cunt.
Fuck, I hate him. Also, 2 weeks in a row without Caden, like, his lack of dedication, honestly.
Yeah, jeez, fuck that guy too. And you know what? Dan taking so much control. Fuck that guy.
It's not that I'm taking so much control. It's that no one else contributes. Kobe, I take issue with your recent statements. And I think, look, would you step into my office?
All right,
oh god!
Because what we're gonna do is we have another.
Let me close the door. Let me close the door. Hold on.
Actually, Hashbake in the live chat says carbon people suck while surrounded by electricity and material goods. Look, I'm not perfect. I didn't go plant based. I'm fat.
Hold on. Let me close the door. Let me get the sound. Tactical noob! That's the wrong sound. I don't have a door closing sound.
That's okay. This was just a quick segue to one more Subway review. Braytano99, friend of the show. Meatball sub on Italian herb with cheddar, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and carrot toasted. I think having tomato and carrot with the meatball is interesting.
That's just making it a bolognese.
But like just like a fucking wedge of tomato on the meatball. Yeah, I feel like that's a texture and a taste.
They don't do wedges.
It's like a slice, but it's still. That combined with the tomato sauce is not a flavor profile I'm happy with. Like, I've made that mistake before. I've just said, give me all the salads. And I was like, ooh.
I'm not happy with this choice I've made.
No. And the carrot, I think the carrot can alter the flavor of a sandwich. It only goes with certain...
That's what it does.
I don't think carrot has a taste. I don't think carrot has a
taste. It has a very distinct taste.
Again, I'm a fan of it. Guys, I've got COVID, remember?
Look, I'm going to put it... I rate carrot on like on some sort of chicken-based sub, but I think on the meatballs, that's not a good fit.
Also, I just want to make it clear that I don't actually have COVID. It's a joke.
I do, though, so...
Fuck.
Don't you? Damn. I thought I could expose myself and get like 2 weeks paid work.
No, that's a fraud.
I could claim crisis payments from Centrelink.
Yeah, you could.
And then I'd process my own one.
So
I found a Twitter page that is Joseph. It just is Joseph.
All right.
What is it?
Hang on, let me pull it up for the stream real quick. It's called the page is at Italians Mad at Food.
I'm in
Italian
that page.
Comments, and it's Italians.
I'm in that page.
Are you really?
Yeah, not on Twitter. I'm on the Facebook one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the group with all the people.
But like this meme here. Do you break your spaghetti before you cook it? That's pretty fucking psychotic. Do you break the kids' bones before you let them play on the playground? Same thing.
Yeah,
and
people just break. People break their spaghetti's dumb.
And there's
Spaghetti
this
oven.
picture of spaghetti at a Croatian restaurant, and
Oh
and
god,
they said
that
it's a
hurts.
murder scene indeed. So basically,
I feel like
Joseph,
that's fake.
I understand a lot about how you are now, knowing that you're in this group. Because I was gonna say this is basically you.
I am
Joseph-
in it.
Joseph is strangely defensive about Italian cuisine.
I simply
how
requested
earlier
one
you said
Hawaiian
a
pizza.
pizza from Domino's isn't a pizza.
It's
when
not.
literally is a pizza.
And by
That's
name,
not.
it's a pizza. Joseph, this is an
Definition.
intervention.
Pizza.
By
I'm gonna
name,
define
they called
pizza.
it a milkshake.
Okay,
An
Joseph,
alcoholic
here,
milkshake.
I'm going to add
Incorrect.
a secondary part to your challenge. You can either you're the only one who has a choice. You can either eat some sort of plant-based meat, or you can eat a Hawaiian. You can put pineapple on some pizza. They're your two choices. You need to do one in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, well, I know which one I'll do because one of them I will put in my mouth. The other one I will not.
All right, I just want to give Joseph the literal definition of pizza here because he's
Okay.
all about literal definitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're going to get an Anglo definition of pizza, which is not a definition of
This
pizza.
is the literal definition of pizza.
If that's
I
what you're
will
getting off
even-
Google, I'll get you the proper definition of pizza.
Pizza.
The traditional
Pizza.
definition of pizza.
Noun.
Pizza.
A dish of Italian origin consisting of a flat round base of dough baked with a topping of tomatoes and cheese, typically with added meat, fish, or vegetables.
Okay,
That is literally what a pizza is.
Yeah, but that's not a actual definition of pizza. That is an anglicized definition
That
of
is
pizza.
How would you
literal
define pizza,
Oxford
Joseph?
Dictionary.
All right, I'm going to go get up because I've got what's the AVPN pizza classification. It's like basically it's like the UNESCO World Heritage, but for Neapolitan pizza.
So Joseph's just gone to a cookbook, is what he's done.
It's not. It's an association. The association. I don't know how. I can't even say it right. Verace Pizza Napoletana. Right, let's go.
There's been a fucking while you're searching this. There's been a development in a breaking story on the podcast.
What?
Slalt Casting has made a post during the podcast, and for those watching the video, you can see it very clearly on the screen. If you're listening, just go and watch the video. And it's basically it's basically a roast to Lawrence. The caption is "Sucks to suck, Lawrence. Get off my podium, bitch. I'm the new #1 contributor."
Oh no!
What is happening? So to lend credence to my theory. Look at the likes. I saw it on the Slotcast account. I'm now looking at it on my personal. The other like is Zane. Zane, are you here now in the live chat? It's Zane. It's Zane. It's okay. It's one of the people that are in the chat at the moment.
I could call Zane. I'm not going to, but I could to ask.
Jesus
no,
Christ.
we're gonna let this stew. We're gonna milk this for content. But anyway, Joseph, what's your definition?
What is your literal definition?
Look, I'm still
pizza?
looking for it because I can't
Yeah,
find it.
because you can't find it.
Well, no, I can't find it on the website. International
because-
regulations. There's regulations on it of what a pizza to be. Okay, so a pizza, it is roundish with a diameter of 35 centimeters. It represents a raised edge. So it should have, and it's called a cornicione, and it should be about 1 to 2 centimeters of that. And it must be soft and fragrant. Now, we've got ingredients. Okay, so for every liter of water, there should be 50 grams of salt, or 40 to 60, depending, humidity and things like that. You got yeast, fresh yeast. It should always be between 0.1 to 3 grams of yeast. And
Jump
for
to the bit
flour,
about the
it should be
toppings.
with...
That's the important bit.
Oh, toppings? Okay. Condiments? Okay. The true pizza must be garnished with ingredients, preferably from the Campania region of Italy, so peeled tomatoes. Okay.
This is sounding like a champagne only from Champagne type deal here.
Well, that's what it is. And then buffalo mozzarella or fior di latte.
I mean, it is what it is, but go fuck yourself. It's been Western.
Fresh basil, the extra virgin olive oil.
Again, you're literally reading. You're not literally, but you're basically reading a cookbook. You're basically reading the ingredients list.
This is a international regulation, a definition.
So they have regulated pizza.
Yes, because it needed regulation after you guys.
Why is it called Domino's Pizza?
It's not. It's actually it's not called Domino's Pizza. You fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, then why is it called Pizza Hut? Why is it called Pizza Hut?
Because Americans don't know how to cook.
I mean, yes, but also you're refusing the literal definition: a dish of Italian origin consisting of a flat round base of dough baked with a topping of tomatoes, cheese, typically added meat, fish, or vegetables. Technically, here fruit isn't there. Wait, is pineapple a fruit? Fruit isn't there, so pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Well, you know what? That's what I'm taking from it. We've just solved it.
Yeah, right. So, like, there's nothing to go against what you said that goes against this definition of pizza.
Yeah, look, you know,
I feel like some of the pizzas that you have cooked us haven't been exactly 35 centimeters in diameter.
Oh no, that's just because I have a smaller oven and I can't fit them in.
So what you have made us is not pizza by your definition.
No, because it's in the same style, but it is not. Though it is close enough to be considered.
Are pizzas cocktails or not?
I know Americans are just fucking shit.
I don't know, Joseph. I still consider these things that we eat from Eno's and the Tsar, the Hut,
is still
pizza.
It's Tsar Hut and Eno.
The Tsar Hut.
No, not. It's just Tsar Hut.
Tsar Hut.
It's a German restaurant.
The Hut.
It's a hut.
It's not. There's nothing to. It's just a strip club. There's nothing to do with pizza there. It's just called the Hut.
The Hut. It's the Hut.
The Hut. Oh, we're getting into watches in America. Says Jared.
We've come to the end of our weekly hour. Do any of you have anything to add, or are we ready to wrap this bad boy up for 1 week?
I would like to close off with one thing. I have been in contact with a mixologist.
The fuck's a
As
mixologist?
in the person who makes drinks?
The person who makes drinks. A professional mixologist.
Who? Okay, tell me who. Before I'm not just going off your.
No. You have to go off my word, Joseph.
I'm not, because that's not how sources work in the news world.
Well, you didn't show us what you were reading off about the pizza.
Can you just?
Too late.
I'll send it to you.
Sorry, too late. And they have told me, and I quote.
Wait, who's the? Hang on, I do need to know who the mixologist is now. I didn't realize that's what this was.
Darcy. It's Darcy.
Dan, there isn't one.
I didn't think so. I'm not. We'll see. I disagree with you though.
Yeah. So you've just
no. Shut up. Just call.
You've done that.
Okay. What did the mixologist say?
The mixologist said to me,
"Fuck him."
Hi, Kobe. Your question is certainly a good one. Great stuff. While being a cocktail, a milkshake with alcohol in it can still be considered a milkshake just
so
with
you
alcohol.
You asked the fake mixologist the wrong question.
Well,
the
I
question
think
is, what is the primary title of its cocktail?
I am right. Anyway, Dan, where can they find you?
Nope, Joseph, where can they find you?
Fuck.
Where can the kids find you, Kobe?
Wow, Dan, where can they find you?
Kobe, where can they find you?
I don't know, Joseph, where can they find you?
Safi, where can they find? She's not inside. On the Instagram,
which is
via.garibaldi. You know, everyone, if you're in the chat, give it a follow.
Toby, where can they find you?
Pizza. You can find me on Instagram at _55 Kobe55_ and at South_bound_band, or Twitter at Kobe_55.
I burped. You can find me at DanielF737 on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow the Slalt Cast at Slalt Cast, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, but you have to search for it. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to clip some things out. We do TikTok now. It's an insane the amount of growth we're getting. It's ridiculous. Anyway, be sure to stop by every week. In 2 weeks' time, we will have eaten something plant-based. It might even happen next week. It might not. Hopefully we'll have a bigger cast in the next episode if Kane and Doom can get their shit together, you know. But until next time, send us your Subway reviews and not the Young Crumbs.
Yeah, not the Young Crumbs. Fuck the Young Crumbs.
Fuck the Young Crumbs.
Fuck the Young Crumbs.
Thanks for listening. Please remember to leave a positive rating wherever you're listening from, and to follow our socials at Slalt Cast on Twitter and Instagram.